Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar's WarGames takeover. You know what makes my blood boil? When WWE thinks they can just throw Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar into WarGames and expect us to forget everything these two have put us through over the past decade. The audacity, the sheer disrespect to the fans who've sat through years of their monopoly on the main event scene. And now, on the 21st of November 2025, WWE now drops this bombshell like we're supposed to be grateful, like we're supposed to cheer. Well, I'm not cheering, and after you hear what really went down, neither will you. Let me paint you a picture of what happened, because this isn't just another wrestling storyline. This is WWE telling us that no matter how much we complain, no matter how loud we chant for new stars, they'll always go back to their golden boys. Roman and Brock didn't just shake up WarGames, they detonated it, burned it to the ground, and rebuilt it in their image. And the worst part? It was brilliant. It was infuriating. It was everything wrong with WWE wrapped in a package so good you can't look away. The WarGames match was supposed to be about the future. We had rising stars, hungry competitors ready to steal the show and prove they belong at the top. Team after team had been building toward this moment, and then WWE pulls the rug out from under everyone. Roman Reigns, who's been playing the tribal chief card for what feels like an eternity, suddenly has unfinished business with WarGames. And Brock Lesnar, the part-timer who shows up whenever his bank account needs padding, decides now is the time to care about WarGames. Here's where it gets juicy, and here's where WWE completely lost their minds. According to the 21st of November WWE Now report, both Roman and Brock didn't just insert themselves into existing teams, they restructured the entire match. We're talking about two guys who've faced each other so many times we've lost count, suddenly on a collision course again, but this time dragging everyone else into their never-ending saga. Roman showed up on SmackDown acting like he owns the place. Wait, scratch that, acting like he owns the entire company. The tribal chief walked out with that smug look, flanked by his bloodline members, and declared that WarGames isn't happening without him. The fans booed. We booed because we're tired. But here's the thing that nobody's talking about: the pop when his music hit was deafening. We hate that we love him. We're angry that he's still this good. And what did Brock do? Classic Lesnar. He didn't need a 20-minute promo. He didn't need to explain himself. Brock walked out, F5D someone who wasn't even involved in WarGames, and pointed at the steel structure. That's it. That's all he needed to do, and suddenly every single person in that arena knew WarGames just became his playground. But wait, here's the question that's been eating at me, and I need you guys to sound off in the comments. Do you think Roman and Brock coordinated this, or is this a genuine collision course? Because the conspiracy theorist in me says these two planned this entire takeover together. Think about it. The timing is too perfect. Roman's been looking vulnerable lately, his bloodline showing cracks. Brock hasn't been seen in months, and suddenly, right before WarGames, they both decide to make their move. Come on. WWE wants us to believe this is organic, but I'm not buying it. These two might be on opposite sides of the cage, but they are on the same side of the agenda, keeping themselves relevant at everyone else's expense. Let's talk about who got screwed in all this. Cody Rhodes was building towards something special. LA Knight was finally getting his moment. The young talents who've been grinding week after week were about to showcase why they're the future. And what happens? Roman and Brock swoop in like vultures and steal the spotlight. Again. The WWE Now segment showed footage of the chaos backstage. Superstars who'd been preparing for WarGames for weeks suddenly had to adjust their strategies. Teams were scrambling. Adam Pearce looked like he was going to have an aneurysm trying to figure out how to book this. And through it all, Roman stood there with that championship smugness, while Brock just smiled that creepy smile that says, I can destroy everyone here and we all know it. Here's what really grinds my gears: WWE is brilliant at making us complicit in this. They know we'll tune in. They know we'll buy the pay-per-view. They know that despite our complaints, despite our frustration, we need to see what happens when these two titans clash in the most dangerous match WWE has to offer. We're addicted to the chaos, and WWE is the dealer. The WarGames structure itself adds a whole new dimension to their rivalry. This isn't a ring. This isn't even Hell in a Cell. WarGames is two rings, one massive cage, weapons everywhere, and no escape. When Roman and Brock are in there, it's not about technical wrestling. It's about survival. It's about domination. And God help anyone who gets caught in the crossfire. Quick question for the comment section: who do you think will take the worst beating in this match, Roman, Brock, or some unfortunate soul who gets caught between them? Drop your predictions below because I have a feeling someone's career is going to change forever in that cage. The 21st of November announcement also revealed something crucial: the team compositions. Roman's team is stacked with bloodline loyalty. Brock's team? He barely has one. Classic Lesnar, he doesn't need backup because he is the backup. He's the planner, B and C. And that's what makes this so dangerous. Roman's been relying on his family, his faction, his numbers advantage for so long. But in WarGames, when chaos erupts and everyone's fighting for survival, does family loyalty mean anything when Brock Lesnar is launching bodies across 2 rings? Let me tell you why this is going to be the most watched WarGames in history, even though half of us are angry about it. Because Roman Reigns, love him or hate him, is the best storyteller in wrestling today. His character work is impeccable, his matches deliver, and Brock Lesnar is the most legitimate ass-kicker WWE has ever had. When these two are motivated, when they are actually trying, they create moments that define eras. But here's my problem, and here's why I'm genuinely conflicted. What about everyone else? What about the wrestlers who show up every single week, who pour their hearts out in house shows, who bleed for this company on live events nobody watches? They deserve the WarGames spotlight. They deserve to be the story. Instead, they are extras in the Roman and Brock show. The WWE Now segment showed reactions from other superstars, and you could see it in their eyes. Frustration, anger, but also respect, because even if they hate it, even if we hate it, Roman and Brock are on a different level. They operate in a different stratosphere, and maybe that's the hardest pill to swallow. They've earned the right to take over WarGames, even when we desperately want to see fresh faces. Here's what I think happens: Roman and Brock will destroy each other and everyone around them. The match will be brutal, bloody, and absolutely unforgettable. Someone will go through both rings. Someone will be stretched out. And when it's all over, we'll all be talking about it for months. WWE knows this formula. They've perfected it. But the real question is what comes next. After WarGames, after Roman and Brock have had their moment, will WWE finally let the new generation rise? Or are we condemned to another year of the same old story? Drop a comment and tell me, should WWE move on from Roman and Brock, or are they still the best thing in wrestling? Be honest, because I'm genuinely torn. The 21st of November shakeup changed everything. WarGames isn't about teams anymore. It's not about settling feuds or building new stars. It's about 2 legends proving they still own this business. And we'll all watch. We'll complain. We'll swear we're done with WWE's predictable booking. And then Roman's music will hit. Brock's pyro will explode. And we'll be right back where we started, captivated, infuriated, and completely unable to look away.